Let's talk about Life of a Showgirl. Let's go! First song on the album is The Fate of Ophelia, and it basically talks about how Taylor was saved from the fate of Ophelia being a crazy, drowning, sad girl lady with a broken heart, thanks to super hot, mega, superstar football boyfriend, Travis Kelce. I think my biggest problem with this song is that it's unnecessarily dunking on Ophelia. Like, Ophelia, she already got enough going on. She got manipulated by all these men into committing suicide. It's not Ophelia's fault that Hamlet and Polonius and all these other fuckboys were fucking with her so much that she became depressed. Even though I know Ophelia is a fictional character, it feels unnecessarily punching down for Taylor to be like, oh yeah, thank God I'm not that crazy bitch who's dead. It would be like if I got a job and then I was like, oh, thank God I got a job, and now I'm not one of those fucking Chinese people who got blown up making the railroad. It's like, damn, you could just celebrate your own personal happiness in the 21st century without dunking on someone who's already dead. Besides my beef with the metaphor, I also think this song is not that catchy, and also Taylor's Achilles heel is these like horrible lyrical references to modern times. Like, don't say keep it 100, don't say any of this shit. Like, it all started when she got away with that I bring it back like a 90s trend thing. That lyric really just made her feel herself too much, and now she's getting too crazy with it. Overall, I give this song 2 out of 5. Next song, Elizabeth Taylor. I just cannot get over how much this song sucks musically. Like, it's just not catchy, it's not fun, it's not a pop song even, really, in my opinion. It's in the vein of all her songs like Look What You Made Me Do, or Ready For It, or Vigilante shit that are like all bass. Taylor, I don't know why you keep making these songs. Everyone loves your upbeat pop songs. You Belong With Me, But Daddy I Love Him, Cruel Summer. No one is asking for this type of song. It was also at this point in the album that I felt a disconnect between the title of the album and like the themes she was referencing in all the promotional materials and the actual content of the songs. When you tell me the album's name is The Life of a Showgirl, the first thing that pops into my mind is that this album is going to be full of pageantry and fun and kind of poking fun at her own facade of being an entertainer. But instead, the vibe I get from the first 2 songs is that she's just trying really hard to, I don't know what, like show that she is so happy and rich and famous now. I don't know, she got a flex on us at the beginning of the song. She's like, oh, look at me, I'm at this very expensive hotel in Paris, I do all these very expensive things, I'm so rich. It's like, Taylor, you gotta chill. It was also at this point in the album that I was really starting to doubt Travis as a good muse. I'm happy that Taylor's happy, I'm happy that Travis is happy. I just wish maybe we could get some good songs out of it, but maybe I should have known after So High School that that wasn't gonna happen. Also, Be My New York When Hollywood Hates Me, gotta be one of her worst lyrics. I think Taylor should just stop referencing New York in her songs, because whenever she makes a song about New York or talks about New York, it's like the worst song ever. I give this song 1 out of 5. Third song on the album is Opalite, and I actually think this is the best song on the album and actually kind of good. It's got an actually kind of catchy chorus. It's actually kind of funny. She talks in the beginning of a song about, oh, everyone says she's eating out the trash when she dates people. Like, see, that's funny. That's self-awareness. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Honestly, I'm talking about it right now and saying it's an okay song. I can't even remember what the chorus sounds like. I just have in my notes written down that I rated it a 3 out of 5. And I'm sure if I listen to it again, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's why I rated it a 3 out of 5. But like, this album, it just doesn't have a ton of catchy bangers. And that's kind of disappointing. There's no Cruel Summer. There's no But Daddy I Love Him. There's not even a You're On Your Own Kid. There's no Getaway Car. It's just all these mid songs, to be honest. And I feel like Taylor's strength has always been being able to craft like a pure serotonin banger. And this album just has none of that, unfortunately. Next song on the album is Father Figure. And I gotta say, before we even go into this musicality of this song, I hate this trend in Taylor's music where you have to go read like 20 people.com articles and 20 posts on the Taylor Swift subreddit to understand all the lore in her life, to understand exactly who she is talking about in this song. I'm assuming this song is about Olivia Rodrigo. I don't even know at this point because she has so many beefs with so many people, who knows. But it's like, I don't like feeling like I have to like deeply understand the intricacies of Taylor Swift's legal battles to like a song. Can you just make a song that is a song, please? I feel like this song is once again trying too hard. I could see where she's maybe trying to be tongue-in-cheek, like there are, you know, lyrical references to point to her having fun, like, my dick's bigger. But just her delivery, it doesn't come across as, oh, look at how self-aware I am, look at how much fun I'm having. It comes across as her, like, trying really hard to be edgy, and then it just doesn't work. And once again, musically, I just don't feel like this is a banger. Like, the chorus is mid, the lyrics are mid, the song is just mid. It's like, it's a very forgettable song, and it's just not good. 1 out of 5. Next song is Eldest Daughter. This song has gotta have the worst lyrics she's ever written. It feels like a mom who read a 2015 USA Today article about all the internet slang the kids are using nowadays. Like, it just feels like she is so out of touch with, I don't know what, like, I guess internet culture, which is not the worst thing to be out of touch with. I'm glad she's out there touching grass. Musically, is a kind of down-tempo song. It's fine, like, once again, nothing really special. And once again, another song about Travis. Once again, I'm happy for them. I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, honestly, what would make me give a fuck is if the song was catchy and sounded good. But it's not. 2 out of 5. Ruin the Friendship is about a guy that she wanted to kiss, but now the guy's dead. Once again, she's trying to be cool by name-dropping 50 Cent. Whatever. Honestly, this is one of the more forgettable songs on the album for me. I really have nothing to say about it, because it's not catchy, and it tells a story that's like, oh, thanks, Taylor, for telling me that I should, like, confess my love to people I love. Certainly isn't a trope that's been hammered to death in media before. 2 out of 5. Next up, we got Actually Romantic, and I listened to the track-by-track commentary for the album this morning, and would you believe that for the commentary for this song, she said that this song is about when you live in someone else's head rent-free, implying that, like, Taylor Swift is living in someone else's head rent-free. Bitch, you wrote the song about her on your album. Do you have no self-awareness? What the fuck happened to I forgot that you existed? What happened to I want to be defined by the things I love, not the things I hate? Now, she's the mean person that she sang about in Mean. I struggle with holding a grudge too. It's hard when you feel like someone's wronged you, and you feel, I gotta fucking make it right. But listen to fucking Northern Line.
When you hold a grudge, you know, you damage yourself more than you damage the object of your malevolence.
2 out of 5. Next up, we got Wish List, where the S's have been replaced with $signs. Get it? Because it's a commentary on materialism and how she actually doesn't care about money. I feel like it's very ironic that Taylor wrote this song because she is mega rich. It reminds me of this absolute heater that Tony Soprano, you know, maybe not fairly, dropped on his wife.
What you really crave is a little Hyundai and a simple gold heart on a chain.
It's like, really? You're gonna tell me that what would make you happy is not the money when you have a private jet? Also, what the fuck is this writing, bro? I don't like how she implies that her and Travis are gonna fuck so much. They're gonna have so many kids. They're gonna overpopulate the neighborhood where 51% of the neighborhood is going to be children of Travis and Taylor because Travis and Taylor are fucking so much. We get it. You guys fuck. It's great. I'm happy for you guys. But once again, I don't know why you gotta make a song about it, and then the song is not even good. You know, we're deep enough into the album where I could say I feel like the Travis songs are just not good. Why do they sound like they were written for Travis? Like they're gonna fuck to these songs. It's just weird, man. It just reminds me of when there's a couple on Instagram and then they post way too much couple shit, and then you gotta hide their posts for a little bit. It's like, I'm happy for you guys, but do you have to be so fucking annoying about it? 2 out of 5. Next up, we got Wood. First of all, before we even get into the lyrics, it's like a lot of the songs on this album, it's just not a banger. It's not catchy. I can't tell you what the chorus sounds like. It's like da-da-da-da-da-da, knock on wood, something. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it actually kind of is. It's got one of the better choruses and like musicality on the album. The lyrics just like, it's like, I can't listen to this song. I can't listen to this song about Travis Kelce's fucking dick. I can't be riding in my car with my mom and this song fucking pops up on Spotify talking about Travis Kelce's dick. 1 out of 5. Up next, we got Cancelled. I gotta say it again. I hate these fuck-ass, ready-for-it-ass songs. Taylor, don't make any songs like this anymore. No one likes them, okay? Like, who is making a playlist and being like, oh yeah, put Look What You Made Me Do on it. Put Ready For It on that playlist. Put Vigilante shit on that playlist. Put fucking Cancelled on that playlist. Like, no one likes these songs. I also think it's just like very, how do you do, fellow kids of her, to reference cancel culture, which like it peaked like 10 years ago. And then we all collectively realized as a society that is stupid, that everyone makes mistakes. We shouldn't like banish people to the shadow realm for one mistake, for one post they made on Twitter when they were like 11. And then we all moved on from cancel culture. But it was like, Taylor, like, why are you so fucking old? This album just makes me feel like you're so old, Taylor. No offense. We all gotta reckon with it, like I said, but I don't know. Not a great song. 1 out of 5. Up next, we got Honey. I mean, what else is there to say? It's a Travis song. I don't even know what this fucking song sounds like off the top of my head, even though I listened to it like 5 times. I also gotta say, at this point in the album, it's like I'm not really understanding where the title, The Life of a Showgirl, fits into this album and like how that connects the themes of this album together. Like, how is this song specifically The Life of a Showgirl? It just feels like a very earnest depiction of her love, which is fine, once again, but then it's not, don't name the album The Life of a Showgirl. Name it like Dickmatized or something. 1 out of 5. Last song on the album is The Life of a Showgirl. Like I just said, the whole album wasn't very showgirl, so this song doesn't really land. Like, if this song was just by itself called The Life of a Showgirl, I would be like, oh, I get it, because it's about her, you know, realizing that the showgirl life, it's all glamorous on the outside, but then it's not so good behind the scenes. The whole album, though, is talking about how her life is amazing behind the scenes, and then it didn't really talk about, like, the forward-facing facade of being a showgirl. I get that it's supposed to, like, tie the album together, but then it doesn't, because the album isn't about what this song is about. It also just kind of contradicts with the rest of the album, because the song is like, oh, don't be a showgirl. It's not as awesome as it seems. But then the whole album is talking about like, oh, being a showgirl is awesome because you get a big dick football player to fuck you real good. The whole album just seems thematically out of place to me. Sabrina Carpenter, I mean, you know, you can feel how you feel about her. She doesn't really add too much to this song. 2 out of 5. So now let's just talk about the album as a whole. I think the easiest way to kind of talk about the album is just, you know, divide the songs up and see what themes are most common in this album. So 7 of the 12 songs on this album are about Travis. 3 of the songs are I'm so not mad songs, and then you got Ruin the Friendship and The Life of a Showgirl, which kind of stick out thematically. I just feel like it's weird thematically. I don't really see how being super in love with Travis fits with hating Charlie XCX, and also I'm a entertainer and a showgirl and I have this public persona. Like, I don't really see how these all fit together. I get that what she's trying to say is that, like, oh, look at me, I'm so, like, deep and human behind the scenes, behind, like, what you see on the Eras tour. I am, like, a multifaceted human being. It just doesn't really land for me because most of the songs are about her big dick boyfriend, and then the second most common theme on the album is about how she has beef with people. Like, these are not real problems. I think my main issue with this album is that there are no bangers on this album. You know, Taylor, I love her. She's made a lot of great songs, but it's never been like, oh, Taylor Swift, she is like literary genius. What she's been good at is making bangers. From first album until the Tortured Poets Society, there's always been at least one banger per album. But there's no But Daddy I Love Him on this album. Everything I've said before in this video, I could forgive all of it if there was one But Daddy I Love Him on this album. But there isn't, so then it's like, what are you putting me through the ringer for? Ever since Folklore, she's dropped a lot of, like, deep cuts, right? Like, no one's listening to Hoax on repeat. No one's listening to fucking Thank You Amy on repeat. But it's fine to have those deep cuts if you give us, like, one banger. I would compare a Taylor Swift album to a video game. Because with a video game, the graphics can suck. The story can suck. The voice acting can suck. Everything can suck about a video game, but if the gameplay is fun, it's fun. And I kind of feel that way about a Taylor Swift album. You know, I've never been like, oh, Taylor's like, she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. Lyrical genius. You know, I could forgive bad lyrics, I could forgive talking about big dicks if the song is a banger. But there's no bangers on this album. Once again, I'm gonna say it because I'm parasocial. What happened to I wanna be defined by the things I love? You're giving me whiplash here, Taylor. You told me 6 years ago, I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. Why haven't you let it go, Taylor? Just let it go. Let it go, girl. Listen to your own advice. Once again, the writing feels weak on this album. You know, she's never been Nabokov, but it just feels especially out of touch on this album. But at least before, she was able to write something that felt authentic and relatable. This album feels showgirl, but in a bad way. Like, she's being very performative, and she has nothing authentic to say except, I'm so in love, and my fiance is so hot. I feel like starting after Folklore, Folklore was good, don't get me wrong, but then after Folklore, I feel like she started to feel herself too much, and then she started to think she was an English teacher, and then she started writing all these lyrics that are, like, needlessly complex. Like, the thought behind the lyric is very simple, but then she writes it in a complex way. That's not being literary, Taylor, that's just writing a very needlessly complex sentence. And yeah, just thematically, it feels very weak because the title of the album, the last song on the album, implies that a lot of performance, and maybe there's more depth behind the scenes. But then, also, I'm supposed to believe that she truly is, like, really in love with Travis because all the songs are about how in love with Travis she is. So then it's very confusing. Are you performing or are you not performing? I think this is where I'm gonna bring in beyond, like, the art of the music of the album itself and talk about Taylor's personal life and society and how we're all obsessed with her and just bring it all together. Taylor Swift is the world's biggest pop star and we're all very parasocial with her, and it feels like she kind of wants us to be parasocial with her. That's why she writes all these songs where it's like you gotta fucking know your Taylor Swift lore to understand, oh, the deeper meaning behind it. But I don't know what to do with that because I feel like with artists, you should separate the art from the artist. And if I am separating the art from the artist, then this album is just full of non-bangers. And if I'm not separating the art from the artist, then I gotta reconcile with the fact that Taylor Swift is a billionaire who has a private jet, and she's probably not a comrade. A common phrase that's talked about when discussing Taylor Swift is, she is the music industry. So, what does it mean that the music industry put out a shitty album, and then this album is gonna be the most profitable album of all time, and occupy the top 12 spots on the Billboard Top 100 probably? Does it mean music sucks now? Does it mean TikTok won? Maybe it just means one person made one bad album and it's all gonna be okay and we don't have to worry about it so much. To me, this album sounds like a midlife crisis album. And then the fact that I'm listening to a midlife crisis album gives me a quarter-life crisis. Before, when you listen to Taylor Swift, it felt like you were listening to a young woman find her way in the world. And then she became like a full-ass grown woman, and it felt like she found her way in the world. Now, listening to The Life of a Showgirl, it felt like I was listening to a billionaire's money printer, which wasn't a good experience. And who knows, maybe if this album came out 10 years ago exactly as it is, I would have liked it. But it's not 10 years ago, and the fact that I didn't like this album kind of made me think about who's changing. Is Taylor changing and her music changing? Or maybe I'm just changing and my musical tastes are changing. And it's probably a combination of both. Like I said, we all gotta reckon with getting older, and I feel like Taylor's just total misuse, not misuse, but just like cringy use of outdated internet slang just made me really reckon with the fact that we are all going to get old. Millennials are old now, okay? There are millennials who are 45. So I'm sorry, Taylor, but you are old. Me, I'm as old as you can be and still technically be called part of Gen Z, but I'm gonna be old one day. I'm gonna be 45 and uncool one day, God willing. The kids are always gonna have new haircuts and words we don't understand. That doesn't mean we have to cater to them and try to seem cool for them. We have to be our authentic selves. And I guess maybe what rubbed me the wrong way with this album is that it didn't feel authentic. It felt like her trying to be too cool. This one album doesn't erase the 11 great albums that came before it. Hopefully it's just a blip in the radar, and we'll go back to bangers with TS13. I mean, TS13, that's a big one. Alright, that's the life of a showgirl, baby. Stay safe, stay sane, catch you next time. Peace!